And we're live from Columbus, Ohio, in the Ice House Arena for the number 16 University of Arizona Wildcats versus the number 1 seed Minot State University Beavers. And so, what have you noticed so far today, based on trends from the previous games?
Well, we've seen a whole lot of goals on both sides, Quinn. We've seen a couple of great games. The first game, 5-2, Lindenwood beating Davenport in a close contest over at Easton. We had our first overtime game, UNLV in Ohio, 3-2 in that one. And then you just saw Adrian kind of handle their business, the first shutout of the tournament, 4-0 against Stony Brook, against Stony Brook. So they've been very defensive games, very low-scoring games, but this one could be completely different. We have one of the highest-scoring teams in Division I in the ACHA in Minot State. They're second only to Adrian. We saw Adrian put up 4 against a good defense in Stony Brook. So I'm expecting a lot of goals tonight, and I'm expecting Arizona to see a little more challenge than they saw against Missouri State last night.
Yes, and so while Minot is number 2 in scoring, they're also number 2 in least amount of goals allowed. So Arizona may have a hard time finding the twine, especially last night, only putting 16 shots on goal. That's not going to fly tonight. Yeah,
you got to you're going to get to at least 20 to have at least a chance in this one, but you got to play sound defensively too. This Minot State team, they know they are a very high pedigree team. They are good on the defensive end. They're good on the offensive end. They can get it done in both sides of the rink. It's just a matter you got to find the weaknesses and just exploit them when you can, because the opportunities, they won't come often.
So last night, Anthony Churro had a fantastic game against Missouri State. Pretty much held off any opportunity they had. Is there anything that Minot might have seen in his game last night that they could look to capitalize on today?
I don't know. It's kind of a tough game to go to. Arizona had the early lead and just kind of held on to it. And Missouri State kind of throwing everything put the kitchen sink at them in that third period. That's why the shot count was so high. But there's some things you can learn from it, but it's really just go out and play your game. Really, that's what's going to come down to. And Arizona's got to do the same thing. You can't just look at Minot and be intimidated by that number 1 ranking. You got to go out and play 60 minutes of hockey and see where everything plays out.
Right. They always say the hardest part's making it to the playoffs. Anything can happen once you get there.
Exactly right, especially with single elimination. You never know. Another thing I'm interested too, Quinn, to see is just the intensity out of Arizona. We didn't see them put up a whole lot of goals. They got 3 goals in the first period. They came out to they got that 1 goal early at about 3 minutes into the first period, but they didn't score again until the third period. They can't have that kind of output tonight against Minot. It's going to be a full 60 minutes for the Wildcats if they want to get this monumental upset against a Minot team that's looking for some revenge. They've been the top-ranked team in ACHA Division I for pretty much the entire 2017-2018 season, but they still haven't won a championship in 5 years. They want to put some more hardware out there in North Dakota. They got something to prove, so this should be an interesting contest between these two teams.
Yeah, Arizona last night seemed very comfortable kind of going into a shell after taking the lead. With Minot, if you get in the lead, you got to keep pushing because they'll push right back and they could quickly tie the game.
Exactly right. The mantra is full 60 minutes from Arizona, and for Minot, just stick with what you're doing and see what it goes. And another interesting factor, too, this is Minot's first game in about a week and a half. Arizona getting that game last night gets their legs underneath them. We saw Lindenwood kind of struggle against Davenport this morning with the rusty legs for about a period and a half before finally pulling away against Davenport. I'm curious to see where the legs are for Minot State here in this first game of Nationals.
It's always that first round bye. It can be a blessing and a curse. We'll see which one it is for Minot.
Good evening, parents and hockey fans, and fans watching the live webcast on the ACHA YouTube network. Welcome to the Ohio Health Ice House in Columbus, Ohio, for the 2018 American Collegiate Hockey Association Men's Division I National Championship Tournament, hosted by the Greater Columbus Sports Commission, the Columbus Blue Jackets, and the Ohio Health Chiller Ice Rinks. This is ACHA Public Addresser Andy Stores. Today's game number 8 features on the visiting team bench the number 16 ranked University of Arizona Wildcats. And on the home team bench, the number 1 ranked Minot State University Beavers. Let's meet the starting lineups for tonight's game. First, on the visiting bench, the Arizona Wildcats. In goal, A freshman from Peoria, Arizona, number 30, Anthony Churro. On defense, a senior from Greensboro, North Carolina, number 5, Sean Osment. On defense, a senior from St. Louis, Missouri, number 17, Nick Zelmer. At center, a sophomore from Calgary, Alberta, number 12, Chris Westland. At left wing, a freshman from Holmdel, New Jersey, number 15, Anthony Cusinelli. And at right wing, a sophomore from St. Louis, Missouri, number 18, Ethan Stahlhuth. The head coach of the Wildcats is Chad Berman. His assistants are John Hogan and Eddie Lavia. The goaltending coach is Shane Fausel, and the athletic trainer is Diane Goodridge. And now let's meet the starting lineups for the home team bench, the Minot State Beavers. In goal, a junior from North Dakota, number 29, Holden Kurtz. On defense, a freshman from St. Peters, Missouri, number 11, Paul O'Connor. On defense, a senior from White City, Saskatchewan, number 93, Austin Ieno. At center, a junior from Medicine Hat, Alberta, number 37, Dylan Gatos. At left wing, a senior from Winnipeg, Manitoba, number 18, Sam Briscoe. And at right wing, a sophomore from Portage La Prairie, Manitoba, number 74, Joel Swedlow. The head coach of the Beavers is Wade Regier. His assistant coach is Wyatt Waselenchuk. The athletic trainer is Robin Gust. Ladies and gentlemen, would you all please rise and kindly remove all caps and join me, soloist Andy Storrs and organist Gary Lichtart, in the singing and playing of the Star-Spangled Banner. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And we're about to get underway here between the Wildcats and the Beavers. The big question will be, can Churro match the performance that he had last night? If he can, we might have a much closer game than what it might be if he does not perform.
Oh, absolutely. That's going to be one of the storylines in this one. Another storyline, too, for surprising goaltending move by Minot State. Holden Kurtz getting the starting nod over Jordan Bukowski. Bukowski, 18-0 on the season. He's seen the bulk of the time for Minot State, but he doesn't get the start. It's Kurtz who's got the only 2 losses for Minot State on the season, but his stats are, you can't go all away from his stats, and a .9. His goals allowed average is under 1 on the season. He's an excellent goaltender and another solid choice for Minot State.
Indeed. The opening faceoff is won by the University of Arizona, and now they control in their own defensive end. A solid hit by Minot, and now they take over possession. Minot looking to bring it out of their defensive end. Held to the offensive end. Now dumped around behind and controlled by Swedlow. Now battling forward is Briscoe, and the Minot State Beavers hold possession, and they go over to Yano. Yano fakes a slap shot and then goes over to the point for a slap shot, and that one's patted away by Churro and now taken on by the Wildcats. Wildcats dump in and go for a change, and it's controlled around behind now by the Beavers. Yano brings it out and lugging it through the neutral ice and into the offensive end where it's turned over to Arizona State. Minot regains possession and they dump it across ice where the Wildcats hold again. Battled for behind the net, and Minot will pull away with it in the form of Brooks. Now the Minot State lugging it through. It's dumped around the boards where it is now taken over in the neutral zone by Minot once again, this time in the form of Kyle Lipinski. Lipinski dumps it into the zone where it is taken by by Johnson, where it's now taken by the Wildcats. They quickly turn back over to Minot, where now the Wildcats will take possession and clear it out as far as center. That puck dumped back in by Minot State. Now the Wildcats will send it all the way back down for what will be an icing.
Not bad so far from Arizona. They're keeping everything outside in the defensive end. Don't want to allow anybody to get into the slump. They had the one opportunity, a blocker save from Churro, but so far so good for Arizona. Minot State just picking up right where they usually leave off and getting a couple of offensive looks so far.
Face-off won by Minot State. They control now on the offensive end. Sent down low for a quick chance from Shayshuk, but it's now taken by the Wildcats. Controlled now by Smythe. And now play is back at center ice and battled for by Olsen. And now play is taken by the Wildcats. And an attempt to clear the puck works, and the Wildcats will go for a change, and now the puck is controlled by Minot State. A long pass goes off the mark, and now Arizona will gain possession. Chipped onwards now by Armstrong. And now that puck goes in, and Churro plays it around behind his own net, where now Minot State controls. Minot from the point, looking to go back down low around behind. The pass just a bit too far for Fournier. Now it's controlled along the near wall by Minot State. They pull away and look for a slap shot that goes just wide. A strong shot from Yano. Minot dumps it back in, and Arizona retreats, attempting to gain possession. Fournier going after it. He chips it out in front for a shot, but that one doesn't quite go past and never find his way on cage. Yano going back to retrieve it as Minot State will look to restart the rush. That pass just off the mark, and it's now controlled again by the University of Arizona. The Wildcats control in the form of trap. And now Minot State regains possession. Beavers control. Behind their own net now, looking to walk it out. Looking for a passing lane. That pass deflected by the Wildcats, but still going in after it and retrieving as Minot State. Pulled away now by Dungy. Dungy looking for a shot on goal, but Minot State poked it away. And it goes back to neutral ice and gets dumped back in by the Wildcats, and that will be an offsides.
Good offensive pressure from Minot State, and good response from Arizona on that last shift, able to come in, try and get that scoring opportunity. Still haven't gotten that first recorded shot on Kurtz yet, but they're slowly getting towards that, trying to build off the counter of Minot State when they're in their offensive end.
Minot wins the draw, and now they have a 2-on-1. A quick shot, that one goes wide of the cage, not even testing Churro there on what could have been a good opportunity. Now Arizona on a breakaway. Cusinelli with a shot.
Ooh.
And that one is stopped and frozen.
I had to take a peek behind him a little bit there. Thought it might have slipped through the feet of him, but that's what I just mentioned. Arizona having to try to attack on the counter there. They get the turnover in their defensive zone, leads to a breakaway opportunity. Almost able to slot it 5-hole, but
I think even Kurtz thought it was behind him for a second.
Yeah, he thought he was in there. That would have been a huge start to this contest if Arizona could have got that goal.
Yano now controlling from behind his own net. Drops it off, and now Minot will look to start a breakout. Now Churro stopping it from behind his cage. It's played around now, looking for Griffith. And now bringing it out is Arizona. Stallhuth battles for possession, but eventually he loses it to the Beavers. Now dumped into the zone, around behind the net, and Arizona State will regain possession. A strong hit there, and Rowe goes down, and now the Beavers regain possession. Walking up to the point now and dropping off. Minot State sends it down low. Controlled right now by Lipinski. It's Bryce Lipinski. Sends it around the boards. Now it's flipped up and out, and Arizona State might attempt to get a counterattack going, but Minot regains possession and doesn't let that happen. A lead pass there, looking for Fournier, goes off the mark. Now Arizona looking to gain possession, and that pass goes to nobody and will go all the way back down. The refs wave off the icing, and play will continue. Controlled now by Foreman. Foreman plays off the boards, and he connects with Gatos. Gatos sends it into the zone where Arizona will recover, and now it is controlled by Griffith. Griffith plays up a pass that goes off the mark, and Minot State regains possession. Gatos now chips it in on goal. Ooh. And that one gets deflected right in front, but Churro keeps it out. And another shot, this one a wrist shot from the point, and that shot coming from Bolifer, but it's swallowed up by Churro, no rebound.
Yeah, good job from Churro, able to settle it down. We said in the pregame he's going to have an excellent game in this contest to have a shot for Arizona to pull off this upset, and he's settled in quite nicely. A couple of big saves here early in this first period.
Face-off won by the University of Arizona. Lug it up, looking for a pass there. That pass attempted for Larson goes off the mark, and we'll have an icing. Face-off controlled by Arizona. Now look to clear the zone, but they cannot as Minot forces a turnover. Now Arizona regains possession. Larson attempted to play it, but Minot regains possession. Now controlled up at the point by O'Connor. He sends it down low, but then it's taken by Arizona, and they go to race out of their end. And now Minot controls from their own defensive end, another dump in. And now it's taken by Larson. Larson looking to play it forwards, looking for Plumhoff. That pass off the mark. Now Larson dishes it out in front, and we have a delayed penalty.
And it's going to be a cross-check on Minot State. Kind of back behind the play. And Arizona's going to have a, high sticking was the penalty, but just a collision over on the far end, kind of get the stick caught up a little too high, and now Arizona gets a power play. They've hung tough with Minot State through the first probably 6.5 minutes of this game, and now they get a chance to try to capitalize on opportunity. They have to capitalize on this opportunity.
Minot controls right off the draw and sends it back out, and it'll go all the way back down where it'll be played by Churro, and he'll settle it for Olson. Olson leaves it off. Now Minot State will look to restart their attack. Zellmer with possession. He looks to dump it in, but that gets blocked off by Fournier and now cleared back out by Minot. Churro will settle again behind. Racing around and starting up the attack again. Zellman plays it far side, where it's taken, and now Minot's up, and we have a whistle for offsides.
Yeah, just lost the puck as he tried to come across the blue line there. Had 3 other guys coming along with him on that power play breakout. Just caught it just a little offside.
And strong physical play from Minot right at the line, not letting Arizona even enter the zone.
We expect nothing less from the North Dakotans, right?
Larson now controlling, bringing it into the offensive end, looking to get a sustained attack going. Now sprung for behind the net, and Minot State regains possession. Now racing out is Yano. Yano with a between the legs move, and he can't retain possession, and now he battles back for it. Walking into the slot, looking for a shot, wasn't able to get one off. He's single-handedly killing this entire penalty and now offsides.
I'd say we'd be lucky if this isn't an intentional offside here. He kind of just brought that in after the play. We'll see what the face-off is. Looks like it's just a regular offside. Arizona's bench is asking why it's not an intentional offside.
Face-off won by Minot. O'Connor goes after it and dumps it into the zone. Chasing after the puck now is Fournier. Minot now holds possession. Fournier with it. He loses possession now to Arizona, and they're going to look to get some offense going on this power play. Now controlled by Rowe. Rowe plays it down the boards, and now it's cleared down into the zone where it's now played by Minot, and they look to clear it out of the zone. Almost a dangerous pass from the goalie there, but Minot eventually gets it all the way back down where Churro will settle.
And trying to clear it off the glass here on the near side. Hitting a Wildcat right in the chest. Almost leads to an opportunity.
Now the Wildcats control again. And that's the end of their power play. Watch out with the man coming out of the box here for an odd man. Almost a chance for the Wildcats as that pass got played across, but nothing doing. Now Minot State controlling in their offensive end. It's dished right across the slot, but nothing there. A quick shot gets blocked out in front by the Wildcats. And now the puck skitters around behind where it is still taken by Minot. Battle for the puck now. Minot State scrumming for it. It's Plumhoff battle for it, and he sends it back out to the point. And now a slap shot that goes wide of the cage and is taken. No, we'll have a whistle as Churro lost his mask.
And we got a penalty coming up too. Churro got upended. One of the Beavers ran into him. The question is, was he pushed into him or did he go by his own accord? Looks like he did. And here comes another power play for Arizona here.
It needed to be more effective than the last one, which almost just felt like a 2-minute breathing time period. Chance to get rid of Minot's attack.
Well, it looks like we're going to go 4-on-4 here. It looks like number 11 for Arizona, that's Grandoff. And number 18 for Minot State, Sam Briscoe. Both go for that collision down low in the Arizona end. So 4-on-4 hockey for the first time.
Minot State's putting Yano back on the ice. He's been fast all game. It'll be interesting to see what he does with the extra space to work with.
Got some hands on him too. Almost able to get that between the legs move in on goal.
Face off won by Arizona State. Now regaining possession is Minot. Now taken on by Briscoe. Briscoe plays it up for the point, looking for Bolifer, but that's off the mark. And now it is settled by Kurtz. Now left behind for Yano. Yano awaiting help and now brings it up from out behind. He plays it up now for Briscoe. Briscoe nearly bodied off the puck, but looked for a pass for Yano, but that goes off the mark. Now a counterattack for the Wildcats goes away, and Yano regains possession for Minot State, and he now plays it back. And it is controlled by Bolifer, but we have an offsides.
Minot having a little trouble just kind of getting things together. It's kind of gone back and forth. Arizona is doing a good job of getting in those dirty areas, being a little disruptive in the corners. It's bothering Minot State so far. They've had a couple of good offensive looks, but so far Arizona's hanging tough with them.
Minot wins that draw, and they send it back in deep, but it goes off the netting and out of play. Gatos wins the draw for Minot State. And now lugged in by Brooks. Brooks lugging it all the way in. He puts it right out and across the net mouth. And now the net is off its moorings, and we'll have another face-off.
Churro sliding over, trying to cut off the angle on that play, just ends up knocking the net off. No harm, no foul. The referees will replace the peg in there, and we'll have another face-off in the Arizona end.
Another face-off won by Minot State, and a quick slap shot from the point gets deflected a couple times, but goes wide. Now battled for in the near corner, and Minot State controls again at the point. Another wrist shot through traffic, deflected out in front, and another shot, and Churro's going to cover that up as well.
Excellent job by Churro. Able to make that first initial save, kicks out the rebound in front, but able to slide over. And good defensive play from Arizona as well. I believe it's number 17 for the Wildcats. That's Nick Zellmer. Able to tie up this man in front. I think Briscoe was trying to put that home. And able to just tie up that stick, allow Churro to come over and make that save and get that whistle.
Face-off won by Arizona. They control around behind. The player loses an edge, but Arizona still manages to retain possession. Now Yano takes possession, and he lugs into the zone. Puts it right out in front for a quick shot and a score. Not sure who buried it, but Yano lugged it in and dished it right into the slot.
Looks like it's number 61, Shane Sheshik. Right place, right time is Yano. Yano's been the hard worker for Minot State in this contest so far. He's able to wheel around to the far circle and come back behind the net, and then just feeds it right in front. Right, Sheshik's in the right place at the right time, and that's an easy goal for any skater at this level. Just taps it home in the empty net, and it's 1-0 Minot.
Go with another face-off after the goal, and it's won by Minot. We still have 4-on-4 for another 20 seconds. It's controlled now by Fournier. Now taken by Arizona State, but now possession is gained by Foreman, and he dumps it back in for Minot. Fournier goes after it, but possession is taken by Arizona State in the form of Neufeld. Neufeld now battling with it. And now it gets dumped around behind, and going after it is Armstrong. Armstrong will lose the race to that puck, and Minot State gets a quick chip shot on goal.
Got a penalty coming up on Arizona.
And Foreman with a shot, and there will be our stoppage. It's a slash. We stopped, and the net came back off its moorings again. Bad spot to be in is if you're Arizona State.
You do not want to give this Minot State special teams unit any extra opportunities. The least penalties you can get, the better. These guys can move the puck around very well. You've seen it 5-on-5. Now that you get to see it 5-on-4, let's see how they do on this power play.
Opening draw won by Minot State. They control now at the point. Yano dishes it to his winger. Now it's sent down low by Minot, and that pass off the mark, and Arizona will clear it back out, where it is settled by Kurtz. Kurtz leaves it for Yano, and Yano comes racing down the wing with a full head of steam, looking to take it all on himself.
Look at that.
And there's a goal. It's a beauty.
Almost the same exact kind of play. Yano creates space with his speed. And it's number 18, that's Sam Briscoe, that gets the goal. Again, Yano creates the space, gets an opportunity. He draws so many people in with his speed and his moves, and just gives it to a wide open Briscoe, and it's another C&I shot, and that's a power play goal. 2-0 Minot. You're seeing that offense come to life here.
Minot wins the draw, and it's now controlled by O'Connor. O'Connor looks to play it down ice. That pass gets blocked right in front of him, but now it's chipped in by Minot. Now Arizona with possession. It's controlled now by Zellmer. Zellmer sends it cross ice for Armstrong. Armstrong's pass, though, gets intercepted by Minot, and a quick shot goes wide of the cage. Now battled for in the near corner. Pulling away with possession is Minot in the form of O'Connor. That cross ice pass goes off the mark, and now Arizona has possession. going after it now is Griffith. Griffith loses possession to O'Connor. Now Minot controls once more. Griffith regains possession for Arizona, but only briefly, as now it's battled for along the near wall, and eventually Minot's pulled away with it. Now racing down the wing, and dumped around the boards, and now Arizona goes back after it. But Minot controls once more. That pass behind his man, and now Arizona gains possession. A quick shot wide of Kurtz. And that no foul there, as a couple players got tangled up. And now Minot gets it behind the net. They look to send it right out in front, but Arizona cuts that off and flips it out of their end. Arizona will go for a change, and Minot looks to restart their attack right away. Walking in, around behind. Looking to set it up out in front, but nothing going there. And now battled for in the near corner once again. Both teams still scrumming for it. Neither team seems to be able to find a foothold and get it out of there. And finally Minot does, and they almost put it right into the slot, but Arizona cuts that one off as well. Now Arizona flips it way up into the air and back out of their end. And now looking out with it is Larson. Larson attempting to do it all himself, but Minot having none of that. They take back possession. Minot now looking to restart their attack, but just dumped in by Fournier as they'll go off for a change. Chero with almost a dangerous play there, almost got caught out of his net. And now Minot with possession. Briscoe with it, one of the goal scorers tonight. Now controlled up at the point, and that shot goes wide of the cage. Now Briscoe controls again along the far corner. He goes cross ice now for Yano. Yano with looking for a deflection there. But now Briscoe with it again. Briscoe gets bodied off the puck, but it only goes as far as Yano. Yano attempts to play it into the zone, but that doesn't work, so the Wildcats get it out. And now coming away with it is Westland. Westland still with possession, looking to poke it onwards, but now Minot gains possession back, and it's taken off now by Sheshuk. Sheshuk looking to play it out in front there for Briscoe. That pass goes off the mark though. And now it goes back around behind where it is taken by Armstrong. Armstrong looking for Neufeld. That pass goes off the mark though. Now Neufeld continues to battle for it, as does Armstrong. Armstrong plays it from his knees and now battles for it along from behind the net. And it's eventually pulled away by Armstrong. Now he plays it onwards looking for Stallhoff. And now it's carried forwards by Griffith. Griffith with a shot, and that one's covered up. And we have a stoppage. A solid save from Kurtz, not giving up a rebound.
Yeah, that's just the second shot he's had to face in this first period. Another good one hits him right in the breadbasket. A little collision after the play. A couple sticks get tied up. Referees are quick there to respond, as they usually are, making sure there's no extra punches being thrown. Looks like we're okay, and looks like we'll have a media timeout.
All right.
The 2018 ACHA National Championships are brought to you by Aries Sportswear, the official merchandise sponsor of the ACHA. Howie's Hockey Tape, the official hockey tape of the ACHA. And by the Three-Legged Mare, located right in the heart of downtown Columbus.
And we're back at the Columbus Ice House Arena here, the Ohio Health Ice House Arena, in the game between the Arizona Wildcats and the Minot State Beavers. Minot State is up 2-0, and they've played a pretty good all-around game so far.
Yeah, nothing new. You expect nothing less from your #1 seed in the tournament, right? This 116 matchup, they've been busy in the offensive end. They get the 2 goals. It's been Yano that's been really impressive so far in this contest. He's been the one that's created the opportunities for Minot State, and on both goals, he has 2 assists on the night for getting 2 tallies on both of those goals. And say Arizona, we talked about they needed to get more shot output than the 16 they had against Minot State. Just 2 shots so far for them with only 4 minutes and change left here in the first period. They got to step it up.
Arizona now controlling, looking to maybe get that shot count up, but that one deflects right up into the stands. It goes off a Minot State player's skate. I think that was more that it deflected off of. He's limping a little bit.
Yeah, never feels good to take a shot like that.
There's no padding there. Face off once again, won by Arizona. Dumped in now by Rowe. Going after it and retrieving is Minot State. Now scrum 4 in the far corner though. Both teams battle for it, and it's eventually pulled away by Fournier, but now they continue to scrum along the far wall. Neither team seems to be able to pull it out of there, and finally Fournier does. And he flips it out looking for Craig Fournier, but that doesn't connect. Now settled around behind by Kurtz. But now that pass is intercepted by the Wildcats, and it plays back out to center ice where both teams fight for it. Now it gets sent out to the defensive end where it is taken by the Wildcats. They play up to neutral ice, but now Moore intercepts for Minot State. And now that pass gets dumped down off the mark, and that'll be an icing.
Yeah, Minot State getting a little too comfortable with the stretch passes here. As they try to float that pass through all 3 center lines. Pass is a little too high for anyone to corral, though, so that leads to that icing call.
Face-off won by Minot. Play it around the boards, and then now they play up the wing, racing out of their end. They start up an attack. A quick shot, looking for a rebound goal possibly. Churro let one up, but still controlled now by Yano. Yano winds up and then goes with a slap pass. Now a shot by Moore into traffic and scrummed for and eventually flipped out, where it is settled by Yano once again. Moore trying to take another shot. Now Foreman with it. Now sent right across the net mouth, but nothing going there. Now taken around behind by the Wildcats. Wildcats looking to escape their end. Right now with it is Plumhoff, but he'll lose possession. And now it's taken once again by Minot. Yano with it. He leaves it now off for Foreman. Foreman sends it all the way down, where going after it is Briscoe. Briscoe was looking for Gatos, but that pass doesn't connect. And now with it are the Wildcats. Strong physical play, and that leads to Minot possession with Yano, and he dishes it across for a quick slap shot that doesn't go all the way through, and now Arizona with possession once more. Yano settles it down at neutral ice. A nifty little move there to play it farther, where it is taken by Arizona State, and they get it out as far as Bolifer. Now Minot looking to get their attack going again, and we will have a stoppage.
Yeah, it looked like that puck took a hop off of an Arizona player over here on the near side, so it'll be a center ice face-off. But I'm just very impressed with what Minot's been able to do in the offensive zone. Moving the puck around, they get tons of traffic to the front of the net, and it's been working for them getting the 2 goals so far, but it's very impressive. It's a very high caliber offense that Minot State has.
Now it's controlled by Minot in their own defensive end. Now they look to get that high caliber offense going once more. Controlling from their own defensive end still, playing catch back and forth. Now played up the boards, but no one's home, and Arizona will dump it back in as they look to get their offense going. Racing after it now is Dungy. But now Minot pulls away with possession, and they'll clear it up the boards and into neutral ice. Now play has been stopped again. I believe the puck went out of play.
Lost the puck on the benches once again here. Seeing a couple of bigger hits now as well. You've seen a couple of collisions, especially in front of us here on the near side. Arizona trying to get back into it from a physicality standpoint.
Face-off battled for and eventually pulled away by Minot in the form of Fournier. His shot goes wide of the cage, and after it are the Wildcats, and they'll gain possession. They bring it out of their defensive end, but a strong hit from Minot, but Arizona still holds possession. They look to play it out, and Lipinski sends it right back in. Now going after it is Olsen. Olsen controlling behind the net, and he sets it up now for Stelhuth. Stelhuth walks it all the way through neutral ice, and he goes to take a shot. That one gets deflected up and out of play.
So only 27 seconds left in a pretty dominant period for Minot State, I would say. Arizona's still only sitting on 2 shots. I would count, I don't have an official tally for Minot State, but I would imagine it's somewhere close to the double-digit range.
For Arizona right now, you're only down 2. Just hope you can bounce back in the next couple periods.
It's not bad to be down 2-0 after a period. That's been pretty handled pretty well by Minot State. You gotta like where you're at. It's just you gotta get something going offensively, and I mentioned it's attacking on the counter. It's where they got that breakaway opportunity, getting that block shot at front at the top of the point, or getting that poke check in the lane that kind of leads to that odd man rush. That's where Arizona needs to capitalize on the opportunities. They just need to keep creating those opportunities and then trying to capitalize on them.
Now the puck gets flipped out to neutral ice, and Minot's going to attempt to get one last attack here. That one goes back out to neutral where Yano will take possession, and he's just going to look to kill off the rest of this first period, and he will do so. And that's it for 1 here. The score is Minot State 2, Arizona 0. And we're back at the Ice House Arena in Columbus, Ohio for the game between the Minot State Beavers and the University of Arizona Wildcats. And with a shot line of 13-2 and a score of 2-0 for Minot. I mean, when you only have as many shots as your opponent has goals, it can't feel like a very solid period.
Yeah, and just unfortunately, well, that's what you expect out of Minot State, and especially what you expect out of a 1-16 matchup as well. Minot State kind of just setting the tone early. They get the 2 goals as well. And the real big standout player was Austin Yano for Minot State, getting assists on both the goals from Minot. 13-2 the shot count, and one of those shots for Arizona was a breakaway off of a turnover. They really had just one shot in as far as an offensive zone kind of efficiency, I guess the best way to put it. There's just nothing there. They have to respond on the counter. Just they haven't had those opportunities yet. Minot's done a good job of keeping the puck around. They get lots of shots on net. They get a lot of bodies on net as well. And that's something that Arizona's going to have to fix if they want to get back in. It's only 2-0. From all we keep saying about how good Minot is and what Arizona needs to do to get back in, it's still only 2-0. It's very easy to get right back in this. Arizona, if they come out real hot and get a couple of good shifts, get a couple of shots on Kurtz, because he hasn't seen anything in quite some time. He had one shot and probably have, about 8-9 minutes spread between them. So if they get a couple of quick shots on him, test them early and often in the second period, who knows? Maybe put 1 or 2 in the back, and then it's a tie hockey game.
Yeah, he lets in a softie or 2, and suddenly we have a brand new game and a very, very revitalized Arizona Wildcat team.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So we'll see what the message was from both these teams. I'm really curious to see what Chad Berman had to say to his Arizona Wildcat squad down there, because it is just a 2-0 game. It's not nothing is determined in this contest. Nothing's ever really determined in hockey when in a 2-0 game. It's the worst lead in hockey. That's the coined phrase, as it be. So I think it's still up for grabs. We'll see what comes out. I'd like to see what Minot State does as well. They did some things right in that first period. They kind of slacked off a little bit in the second half of the Arizona kind of get a couple of odd man rushes, things like that, but kind of leaning on the stretch pass a little bit. But I'm curious to see what they try to clean up here in the second period.
I agree, and I think with the first period having been as lopsided as it was, you have to really, for a 2-0 scoreline, you have to credit the work of Anthony Churro. He had a very solid period.
Yeah, Anthony Churro, we said he needed to have a big game to keep his team in it, and he's done that so far. He's been excellent, knocking shots into the corners, doing a good job with his rebound control. The 2 goals that he gave up, it's just a lapse in defense. Yano just creates so much havoc in the offensive zone. He causes so many defenders to suck into him. He just leaves an open man wide open on the back door. There's nothing a goaltender is going to be able to do on a backdoor shot like that. So it's going to be up to the Arizona defense to help out their goaltender on those backdoor passes in those offensive zones as well. And they just need to keep attacking on the offensive. Help your goaltender out, trying to make this a level hockey game.
All right, so I think we're about to get underway here in the second period. The refs get ready to drop the puck. And our second period is underway, and the faceoff is won by the Arizona Wildcats. Wildcats dump it in around the boards, where it is settled by Kurtz. And Arizona with a quick shot off a Kurtz turnover. That could have gone bad very quickly.
And good start from Arizona.
And now here comes Minot State with speed. Lugging it around behind now is Minot, and a quick shot there, but it's fanned on and now lugged in further, and a wrist shot and pillowed away by Churro. Now battled for in the near corner, and Minot pulls away with possession. Now they continue to scrum for it, and eventually Minot pulls away, and it's controlled up with a point for a wrist shot, and Churro snares it, and we have a stoppage.
Excellent job from Churro once again. He's a goaltender that's good enough. If you give him a sight line to the puck, he's going to make the save. It's those when you get those passes, when you get those bodies in front, that he kind of gets disturbed. But he's doing a really good job of finding that puck, tracking that puck, and and if he does give up rebounds, putting him in safe spaces that his team can get to.
Face off now, won by Minot. They control down low. Looking to work it out into space, and taken now by Arizona, and they flip it out to neutral ice, and they race after it with a lot of speed now, and flying is Robert Smythe. Arizona dumps it back in, and it's gloved down and controlled by Minot State. Minot still controlling through neutral ice. And now it's taken around behind by Churro. He plays it high along the boards, looking for a friendly face, and it's taken by Arizona. So now with a wrist shot, and that one's patted away. And now Minot State will take possession. A little pass dangerously into the center, and now Arizona with possession, a turnaround shot.
Ooh.
That almost became dangerous. Arizona continuing to battle for it along the near wall, and eventually Minot State will pull away. They sling it around the boards, and now going after it is Rowe. Rowe sends it up far along the boards, now into the slot for a shot, and that one patted away. And now right out in front for another shot, and that one gets stopped as well. A pair of good saves there from Kurtz. And now Arizona controls again at neutral ice. Going in hard after it was Arizona, but Minot State manages to hold possession. Now Arizona with it. A quick shot try there from Decker. That one gets blocked out in front. And now Minot with possession and lugging it through neutral ice. And not all the way to the offensive end as Arizona manages to steal it back. But Minot will dump it in, and it will go around behind Churro. Now the University of Arizona has it once more. They flip it up, and where it's gloved down by O'Connor, and a shot gets deflected right out in front of Churro, but he slings it to the corner, avoiding a rebound opportunity. Now Minot with a slap shot from the point. That one now taken around behind by Fournier, and he looks to send it out in front, but that doesn't go. Now it's out in front, but the Wildcats make sure to get it out of there, and a fake slap shot. And now it's taken again by Minot. And now a chance down low, and a shot from the point, blockered away by Churro. A fantastic save there. Now going in after it are the Wildcats. And we're going to have a stoppage, an interference call.
It's going to go to Arizona, too. It's going to be number 25 for the Wildcats. That's Trey Decker. Had some words as he goes to the box, too. Kind of gets tangled up with Beaver as well. Also, and that said, Beaver goes into the box as well. It's Paul O'Connor that goes in. Or excuse me, Fournier is the culprit in the box for Minot. I'll accept the doors open now, so maybe not Fournier. It's just the penalty to Arizona, maybe. Interesting point. Fournier went into the box, he came out of the box.
It's almost like even he thought he was getting a penalty.
Decker's still in there for Arizona. So that's going to be a conversation for the captains here as well. But going back, I love the start from Arizona. The first 2 minutes there, they doubled their shot count in the first 2.5 minutes of the
exactly what we talked about.
The period. Yeah, they had to come out and string a couple shifts together. They forced Kurtz into making some pretty good saves down on that far end. They get 4 shots in the first 2.5 minutes. They own 2 the entire first period. I like the start. And then Churro, again, getting it done defensively.
Fantastic blocker save from a shot right along the circle.
If he can see the puck, he does a very excellent job of tracking the puck, making that initial save. And he's doing that down low. He's been absolutely superb for the Wildcats so far in this one.
I think it's just going to be a penalty for Minot State.
So after all of that, you had Decker go to the box, you had Fournier go in, and then Fournier go out, and now he's back in, and then it turns out to be the only penalty.
Now, having come out of this period, coming out to start this period jumping, Arizona might have an opportunity to cut this lead in half.
Well, this is a big power play for Arizona. You get a goal on this one. It's a 2-1 hockey game. Anything can happen.
Face-off goes right into Kurtz, and he covers, and we have a whistle.
Kurtz kind of just slid all the way in on that fresh ice. Gets kind of just shoved right back into his own net.
We'll have a redraw from the same spot. Face-off won by Arizona. They control it at the point. A wrist shot gets deflected right out in front, but goes up over the net. Now sent out into the slot, and another shot. That one goes just wide. Now Minot will send it all the way back down where it is settled by Churro.
Another great look from Arizona. That's the 4th good look from them in this period.
Churro.
Just kind of put it up a little too high.
Now lugging through is Cusinelli. Cusinelli bringing it past everybody, working it into the slot, but can't get a shot away. sends another pass right out in front. Now it's taken by Rowe, and he sends it back around behind. Now Minot State will crank it all the way back out and around, where it'll be settled around behind by Churro. Churro's pass is actually going to be intercepted by Minot State. Now they have a chance on the shorthanded opportunity. A couple shots there, both get blocked away though by Arizona. But Minot State holds possession, and now they'll send it all the way back to their own defensive end, and now clear it all the way back down. That one on goal, and now Arizona with it once more from their defensive end. 55 seconds to go in their power play. Cross ice pass connects with Cusinelli. And now Arizona looking to get their attack going. A 3-on-1. Pass cross ice and a shot, and a fantastic save by Kurtz on the one-timer.
Yeah, what a save from Kurtz. Able to get that blocker out there.
Now up at the point and a shot off the boards. Now still controlled by Arizona. Wildcats looking to get their attack started here. Had a couple great chances, might look to capitalize here in the next 20 seconds. Now a wrist shot from the point gets deflected, loose in front, and now it squirts out around behind, where it's now taken again by Arizona, and now Minot will clear the zone. And with 7 seconds left, that will end this power play.
Still a positive power play, though, Quinn. They get a couple of scoring opportunities. They have momentum right now, especially early in this period.
Massive hip check opportunity, just missed. Now Arizona controlling in their defensive end. Seem to be revitalized after that successful power play, even though it wasn't a goal. Now Minot looking to get an attack going of their own. Now they control up into their offensive end. Quick shot. That one never made it all the way through to Churro, and now Zellmer with possession. Zellmer looking to play it out of his end, and he cannot yet. Arizona controlling from their own end once more. Now taken and played on by Stahlhuth. He plays it forward now for Grandov.
Oh.
There's a delayed penalty, and Minot will be going back to the box.
Yeah. Just a collision down here on the near side. Minot State's wondering what the call is here. No signal's been given by the referee. He didn't make a signal down there. Now he's going to talk about it. And everybody wants a conversation. It's Gatos that ended up making that hit. And it's kind of just a collision. The referee is going to talk about it here. See how severe this penalty is going to be. It could be more than 2 minutes.
The way Arizona's first power play went in this period, if it's more than 2 minutes, you're very nervous if you're Minot State.
Oh, absolutely. They have all the momentum right now in this second period. It's Minot State that has to play catch-up, as Arizona's kind of dictated the pace here in the second period. You got to think that head coach Chad Berman, whatever he said in the locker room, that works. You want to bottle that and keep that for a rainy day. That's that intermission speech. As they've done a really excellent job the first 6 minutes of this period. They still don't have the goal, but you don't need to score a goal to build momentum into a contest. And we're going to have...
It's a 5-minute major penalty.
So it is a 5-minute major. So this is an opportunity for Arizona. This is the turning point.
They could easily tie the game right here.
Well, even just if you just get one out of this power play, that would be huge for them. As this could be the turning point for this game for Arizona if they can turn it around. And it's, again, on the flip side for Minot, it's a big kill. If they can kill that, maybe get the momentum back on their side and try to extend their lead.
I believe Gatos got a game misconduct there.
Yep, so Gatos is done. A 5 in a game.
Now possession from Arizona from behind their own net, and they'll look to restart their attack. Lugging into the offensive end. Now controlled up at the point. Cusinelli with it. Fakes a slap shot, and he sends it over for Rowe. Rowe, now it's played down low. They'll go cross ice looking for Cusinelli, but that's off the mark. Now that one gets played out past Rowe, and it will go all the way back down, where it's now taken by Arizona in the form of Rowe, and they'll look to get their attack started again. Minot State pestering. Arizona still manages to get into their end, but only briefly as it gets ripped right back down where it's settled by Churro.
And just not quick enough from Arizona. Minot State just beating him to the puck.
Kuznelli loses the edge. Now Minot with a chance, and that shot goes just wide. Now lugging out is Arizona. Into their offensive end, a backhand right into the glove of Kurtz, and we'll have a face-off.
Not too bad from Arizona. You earn an offensive draw with that little backhand. You forced wide, not a whole lot of options there, but yeah, Arizona just not to the pace of Minot. Minot's being very aggressive on the penalty kill here. They're forcing turnovers in their defensive zone, getting those opportunities. You see the steal there by Moore on the other end, almost leads to a shorthanded goal. So Arizona's just going to step it up a little bit.
Now Olsen controlling at the point. He takes a shot through traffic, and that one doesn't find its way on frame. Now control from Olsen once more. He sends it over for Zelmer, and Zelmer goes down low for another shot, and that one covered up by Kurtz.
Excellent job. Able to eat that puck, not allow any rebounds, because Arizona doing the same thing that Minot did in that first period on the power play. Put as many bodies as you can in front of that cage. Get some traffic, try to get those rebounds and get those garbage goals that you usually see on these 5-minute major penalties. But good puck movement, good shot from Arizona, but an excellent save from Kurtz from Minot.
That face-off is won by Minot. Went actually right back into Kurtz, but he sticks it into the corner. Now Minot's going to bring it out of their end, lugging it through neutral ice and into their offensive end. Now he's going to circle back, looking to kill as much time as he can. Now Minot with a shorthanded opportunity, possibly. Now it's just dumped around behind where it is taken by Zelmer. Zelmer settles around behind and now leaves off for Smith, but Smith left it for Zelmer. Ooh. And a quick chance out in front.
Good
off
save.
A bad turnover from Arizona.
Very bad turnover from Arizona, but another good save from Churro, bailing out his defense there.
Second time we've seen that on this power play. And that play is offsides. Westland brought it in a little bit too soon.
Yeah. Osmond just he tried to leave that puck for his teammate, but crossed the blue paint before his teammate got to the line. Wasn't too fond of the call, especially right in front of the Arizona bench, but referee right on that blue line makes that offside call.
Minot wins the draw, holding for as long as they can, kill some more time off this penalty. Now passing around, and eventually they'll dump it in. Churro will settle, and now it is taken by Kuznelli. Kuznelli passes cross ice. Getting bodied off the puck is Arizona, and Minot dumps it back in where it's settled once more by Churro. He leaves it off for Kuznelli. Kuznelli gets brought down from behind.
Ooh.
No call on that, and Kuznelli's still down on the ice, and we're going to have a stoppage. A little bit surprised that there was no penalty call there.
Yeah, there was a ticky-tack kind of a trip that started the whole thing. He still was trying to manage the puck as he was going through, so it is a clean hit once he was down, but referees aren't happy. Arizona's definitely not happy out of it, as he's able to get back up on his own power. Good to see out of Kuznelli. Well, the referees will talk about it. Maybe we will see a power play out of this.
With 2 minutes left in the first penalty, it'd be a 5-on-3 for a full 2 minutes.
May see a retaliation penalty, too, out of Arizona's bench. And I think that's what we're going to get. Number 18 for that Stahluth is going to have to come into the box. Arizona shoots themselves in the foot here. So an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on ASU for U of A for not, see, now I'm doing it too, for Arizona. Just a retaliation, wanting to call on that play. They end up taking the penalty, almost took a second one there, so it's going to be 4-on-4. And that negates the 5-minute major, so that big opportunity that Arizona had to try and get back into this contest, make it a 1-goal game, that 5 minutes is now gone.
There's a lot of emotion right now on the Arizona bench. We'll see if they can turn this into a positive and take this emotion and turn it into possibly, you know, some more attack or anything like that.
Now we got some pushing and shoving out there.
Looks like we still have 5-on-4.
Yeah, so I think of maybe just a 10-minute misconduct. I think it's just the call for unsportsmanlike on Stoller. That's still a big hit for Arizona, though. They lose one of their forwards for 10 minutes there.
Minot go ahead and they'll just dump it into the zone. Force Arizona to restart their attack. And that'll be a tripping.
There's your 5-on-3 right there.
Pretty easy call.
Well, and Arizona just negated it too. Mouthing it off to the referee or Ryan Olson. He's going to go to the box. That negates the tripping call.
There's a lot of emotion right now for Arizona, and they're letting it get the best of them.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate too because Minot's been the one that's been out of line in this one. If Arizona keeps a level head the rest of the way here, they could still keep. They could still be taking those penalties, and those little things. It's those little ticky-tack things. If you kind of just turn a shoulder to the whole thing, and just kind of be the better man out of the. And I know it's hard, especially in the game of hockey. You say it's hard to do, but if you can do that, try to earn those power plays. So unfortunately, instead of a 5-on-3, it's going to stay 5-on-4 because it negates that last call. And Arizona's going to call a timeout. So, as you mentioned, kind of an emotional last couple of minutes for Arizona. It's to kind of cool things down, kind of talk about it, and just kind of relax and get back focused on what's at stake here. This is the end of the season for one of these teams. So kind of just focus on the prize as we reach about the halfway point of this second period.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Arizona's coach here, you saw your team have a 5-on-3 for 1:45 and then lose it 2 seconds later. So you knew it was time to call a timeout, especially, I don't know if you've noticed it, but every time a player goes in that Arizona box, that door gets slammed pretty hard. And
you can hear it from up here. The players aren't happy with what the officials have been calling, and I can't argue against what they're saying. I can see why they are upset with some of the calls that have been made. It's some of the little ticky-tack things, but that's just the way the game goes. You're not going to get calls to go your way sometimes, and you just gotta just keep going through with with the hockey game. You can't let it get the best of you. And unfortunately, it did for Arizona. They had a chance for a 5-on-3. Instead, they have to settle for a 5-on-4.
If you're Arizona and you're upset with Minot, the best way to hit them is hit them where it hurts, on the scoreboard.
Exactly.
Now this one will go all the way back and be settled by Churro. Churro will play it away from danger, and Arizona will control it again. Right now controlled in the form of Zellmer. Zellmer lugs it through neutral ice and all the way to the offensive end. A solid hit there from Minot State, but now a chance right out in front. There's just no one there to put it home. And now a good counterattack opportunity here for Minot. A 2-on-1. Passed across, and that pass just a little bit off the mark. The third shorthanded opportunity here for Minot.
Now Bryce Lipinski coming in. Good opportunity, just to pass it a little behind, looking for Brooks.
Now Arizona looking to start up an attack of their own here. Played cross ice, looking for a shot, looking for deflection. That one patted away by Kurtz. And now up to the point, Rowe with a bomb. That one gets deflected a couple times. Kurtz almost lost it there, but still manages to get it away in a scramble. All the way back into the point for Rowe once again. Rowe goes across now for Griffith. Griffith's shot gets blocked out in front, and Minot will clear it back down where Rowe will retrieve in his own defensive end.
Good job by Fournier, able to block that shot from the point, get it all the way down the ice.
Now Arizona State's pass goes off the mark, and Minot State will clear it all the way back down with only 17 to go now in this 5-minute major penalty. Arizona looking for one last-ditch effort here to get something out of this. A solid hit there from Minot. Now a shot, and it's in! Just a snipe from the high slot. Gets by Kurtz, And just like that, with 2 seconds remaining in the 5-minute major, it's 2-1. Arizona's back in it.
Well, what did we say? This 5-minute major penalty, it could be the game changer for this contest. A fantastic shot from Raymond Rowe. Top of the circle, a seeing-eye shot finds its way past Kurtz. And guess what? It's a one-goal hockey game now. Arizona got exactly what they wanted despite everything that happened, all the emotional upheaval, the misconduct penalties, the unsportsmanlikes. They get the goal they needed. It's 2-1. They're right back in this hockey game.
They won the face-off, and they're right back on the attack again. We're back to even strength. Minot now from the point. Their shot gets deflected and blocked out in front by Arizona. Now it gets chopped loose and now taken by Minot. And a quick wrist shot snared by Churro. No rebound.
Excellent job by Churro. Again, no rebound. That's the big key for Churro. You can't allow this Minot team to get second and third opportunities, especially down low in your offensive end. He's doing a good job so far. Got to keep it up. Minot State, the good response though, immediately after giving up that goal, they come in firing, guns blazing, getting a couple of quick shots.
Face-off won by Minot State. And go to pass down low. That one gets swatted out by a high stick, but Yano will be the first to it, so there will be no call. Now controlling is Minot. They dump it in, and it'll be settled behind by Churro. Churro will leave it for Sean Asment. Now battling for it is Arizona. 2 Arizona players, 2 Minot players, all battle for it. Minot pulls away eventually. Now looking to work its way right out in front. That one deflects up over the head of Churro. Now controlled back at the point, and it'll squirt out a bit too far back to neutral ice. And Yano will dump it back in just out of the reach of Churro. And now Minot with possession once more. Battled for along in the near corner. Both teams still fighting for it. It now goes all the way around the boards where Minot will be the first one to it, but eventually Arizona will gain possession and they'll send it back around the boards where it is battled for once more. And possession is finally taken by Arizona. And an attempt to flip it out of the zone gets gloved down by Minot, and they send it back around behind. Pass right out in front, blocked away, and now scrambled for, and it sorts around behind the net. Now Asment going after it for Arizona, but it gets right back up to the point where it is now taken by Minot State again. Another shot gets patted away by Churro.
Going to get a penalty though, and it's going to be on U of A. And that's not what you need if you're Arizona. You get right back into it, and Minot State's going to go on the power play.
Minot State was just an absolute onslaught for the past couple minutes. Seemed like Arizona was just willing to take that penalty just to stave off the torture for a little bit. That's
Joey Trapp that's going to go to the box, and Minot's going to be on the power play when we come back from the media timeout.
All right, the score is 2-1 in favor of Minot State. 7:08 remain in the second period.
The 2018 ACHA National Championships are brought to you by Barron's Championship Rings, the official ring vendor for all ACHA National Champions and Hall of Famers. Boston's Pizza Restaurant and Sports Bar, gourmet pizza, burgers, wings, and more. We've got you covered. And by Marathon, fueling the American spirit.
And we're back from the media timeout. Arizona getting ready to go on the kill here, hoping they can stave this off and keep this game within 1.
Yeah, Joey Trapp goes 2 minutes for slashing, and it's really too bad because I was going to make a comment about Trapp. He made a great play defensively down low. There was that pass out to the bottom of the slot that it was going to look like it was going to be one of those goals that we saw in the first period, just one of those tape-to-tape, find the back of the net, no problem goals. But Trapp able to get a stick in the way, blocks that pass in front, makes the play, but unfortunately just seconds later has to take that slashing call as there was just too much commotion down low, has to take that slash to avoid going down a second goal.
Now Arizona almost immediately cleared the zone, and Minot will look to regroup from their own defensive end. Now played down ice and controlled by Johnson. And that would just came out the zone, and it will be offsides. Very close.
Right on the line. You gotta go with the linesman's gut on that one. He's right in the position he's supposed to be. You can't really question him for that. So offsides it is. You just got to roll on with it.
Adam Wowrick did not agree with that call. Arizona wins the face-off. Clear the zone. Now Minot State with possession. Beavers looking and taking a shot.
Ooh.
Churro knocks that one away. Now a D-to-D pass and another shot. That one gets blocked down out in front. Arizona looking to clear it, doesn't get out. And another shot gets patted away by Churro. Played across ice and walked out in front. And that puck's loose, and there it is, chipped in. Churro thought he had it, but he didn't. It was right behind him.
That's a bad break for Arizona, but great perseverance from Minot State. It's number 16, Dylan Johnson. Just cleans it up. No easier goal in hockey than that one. Just sitting right on the doorstep on a silver platter. Churro makes a fantastic save. Couple of big saves on that one, but Minot State just too much. They find a puck just sitting right there on the back door. Nothing they can really do about it. And the Beavers have their 2-goal lead back.
Arizona controlling off the face-off. Now Minot State forces a turnover. Looking to bring it into the zone. And Lipinski now with a shot. Churro and another shot right off the rebound. And that one just was fanned on, never got away.
Excellent play by Nick Zellmer, able to tie up that stick, or else that would have been exactly what we just saw with that third goal.
Now sent right out in front. Loose in the slot still, and Arizona eventually will gain possession. Arizona bringing it through neutral ice. Now taken around behind and taken by Minot State. Minot State with a 4-on-3 and now a 3-on-3. A nifty move by one and a backhand patted away by Churro. He goes hard into the net.
Yeah.
Everyone seems to be okay though.
Yep, no harm, no foul. Just a player going hard in the net. Nice nifty move to get that shot opportunity down low in front here.
Austin Killian, I believe, that made that move.
Yeah, it's just makes that nice toe drag move, gets an opportunity, just can't put on the brakes in time and goes hard into the net.
Face-off won by Minot State. Rip it around the boards. Churro can't settle. Killian goes after it. Now Arizona with possession. Lugging it out of their end. Now it's into the offensive zone, and Arizona State after it. University of Arizona after it. Taken around behind, flipped right out in front. It goes all the way back to the point. Rose already got one tonight. Decides to send it back around the boards. Now that pass right out in front is intercepted by Minot State, and they'll send it all the way back down. Rowe after it for what will be an icing.
Almost got the icing call. Just barely. You had number 10, Craig Fournier, just racing hard after. Didn't lose by much to that race to the hash marks.
Score is 3-1 in favor of Minot State. 4:54 remain in the second period.
And you gotta like the response that Arizona had in the second period. They are tied on the score sheet 1-1 in this middle frame. They've got a lot more offense than they had in that first period, where Minot just kind of set the tone from the word go. Minot State kind of playing on their heels. They had to kind of pick up the intensity a little bit.
Now controlled by Rowe through neutral ice, and he flips it in off the backhand. Now going in after it is Arizona, but Minot State.
Got a penalty coming up on Arizona.
Lugging it still in control is Minot State. Have an extra attacker now on this delayed penalty. And to work his way by a couple. Some fans calling for another penalty here. We'll see if we get it.
There's the referee's down in that corner. We can't see him. I don't think his arm is up.
Be bad if they got two penalties here. It'd be a quick 5-on-3 chance for.
We talked about that 5-minute major being the breaking point to kind of turn the tide in Arizona's favor. This could turn the tide the other way. Another penalty behind the play, just two guys getting caught behind each other, just getting tied up, and it just leads to an opportunity. I believe it's number 18, Ethan Staluth, that goes into the box and serves that penalty.
Well, the third one would be real deadly for Arizona.
Keep an eye on the bottom of the slot, right in front, right at the top of the crease. That's where Minot likes to operate. If they can get it in that area, look for a good scoring opportunity out of them.
Arizona, a turnover at neutral ice, and Minot State will work it back in. quick pass attempt there gets blocked away by Arizona, and the net's off its moorings, so we'll have a stoppage.
Another good defensive play by Zelmer, though. Blocks that pass. He had that. The Minot had numbers coming in, able to lay out and get that block. Able to. He's gonna make. Be forced to come back out. Arizona not able to change due to the net coming off.
Say the two best players for each team so far tonight have been Demon Zelmer for Arizona and Yano for Minot State.
Yeah, Yano still 2 assists on the night.
Just draws so much attention when he's on the ice.
Yep. Hasn't made as much noise in the second period as he did in the first, though.
Now controlled by O'Connor from Minot State. He still holds and now passes over. Little slap pass there, finally makes its way from Minot State. Now O'Connor with possession once more. He twisted onward now. Set up right in front, and that backhand kind of surprised Churro.
Yeah, he had
Churro got lucky.
Yeah, he had Churro caught. He cheated hard to that far post. That's a little more to the right. That shot's going to bank off him and in.
Now a slap shot, and that one gets deflected right in front and goes just wide. Puck loose at neutral ice, and Arizona going after it. They take possession, looking for a shorthanded opportunity, but a good little pickpocket there. And coming away with it is Dylan Johnson. Johnson now pulls the trigger, and that shot gets blocked. And now it's on the back of the net, so we'll have a stoppage and some pushing and shoving and extracurriculars.
Here come the tempers.
See if we have any penalties come out of
I guarantee there's going to be at least one out of this. You could see it coming. You've been seeing a couple of these battles, these hits behind the play that guys kind of get tied up on, and the refs have been letting them go. They took that last penalty for Arizona. Now we're going to get a man on either side going into the box. Walbrook will go in for Minot State. It'll be Tyler Griffith for Arizona.
So we'll stay at 5-on-4 for the next 33 seconds. 2:47 remaining in the second period. Minot State still looking to capitalize on this power play and jump out to a 3-goal lead here.
Yeah, that could be huge for them. They have 33 seconds to work on this power play.
They win the draw. Now controlled by Kyle Lipinski. He sets up Yano. Yano with a slap pass down low, right into the slot for a wrist shot and gloved. Great glove save by Churro.
Yeah, good positioning, good awareness from Churro. Able to slide over, make that glove save. Makes it look so easy, too. Coming over and just flashes that leather out there. Able to make that save.
Face off won by Arizona, and they'll send it all the way back down where it is settled by Kurtz. Kurtz leaves it around behind, and Yano's going to take it with a full head of steam. Yano lugging in with speed, sends it cross ice looking for Lyndon Lipinski. That pass goes off the mark, and it gets sent back out where it's settled once more by Kurtz. We're back to even strength with 2:10 to go in the second period. Pass, a little bit of a flutter pass, gets taken by Lyndon Lipinski, and now it's taken on by Briscoe. Briscoe working himself into space, taking it around behind the net. Now passed out to the point. That slap shot goes well wide of the cage, possibly looking for a deflection. Rowe now takes it and sends it around the boards, where it is taken on by Arizona. That wrist shot just goes wide, and it'll come all the way back out of the zone, and now a counterattack opportunity off that missed shot for Minot State.
Rings the post.
Churro still working his way up off the ice. Now passes flip back out, and it's taken once more by Minot State. Arizona turns it back over to Minot at neutral ice. Minot will dump it back in, and going after it and receiving is Sean Asman. Now sent around the boards where it's taken on now by Dungy. Dungy turns it over, and a quick opportunity for Minot, but strong defensive effort from the Wildcats doesn't let him get a shot off. pass across ice there, looking for Fournier, goes off the mark. Now Fournier looking for a wraparound opportunity. Wildcats having none of that. Gets sent back around behind for Fournier. Now it gets twisted around the boards, where it's taken on by Bolifer. That shot goes wide of the cage. They're looking for a shot there was O'Connor, but he couldn't get one away. It's sent back down into the corner. Now battling for it are the Wildcats. Now taken on by Killian. Killian sends it back around, and controlled now is Bolifer. Bolifer passes back down low, and a quick shot finds its way onto Churro, but Churro got his pad on it, and it's flipped back out with 6 seconds to go in the period. Bolifer with possession. They're going to look to get one more attack going, but that's not going to happen, and that'll be the end of 2. The score of the Minot State Beavers 3 and the University of Arizona Wildcats 1.
Excellent job for Minot State. Able to finish that, pretty much keeping the puck in the offensive zone for the final about 2 minutes or so, kind of dictating the pace. A static 5 just in the middle of the zone from Arizona. As you can see, the gas just kind of empty, the tank kind of just running on empty there at the end of the period. They have a chance to kind of regain themselves, kind of come out, and again, they left the second period the same way they started they left the first period. They're still down by 2. It's anybody's game. They just have to come out with that same intensity in the third period.
We'll see what happens. We're going to go to break. We'll be back for the start of the third period. We're live from Ohio for the ACHA 2018 National Championships. We'll be back for the third period here between Arizona and Minot State. And we are back for the third period between Minot State and the University of Arizona. Minot State currently leads 3-1, but that second period was much more even than the first.
Oh, much more even. We had a 15-9 the shot count. Minot State still leads the shot count in the second period, but Arizona State, after getting only 3 shots in the first period, they triple that output in the second period. Much better offensively from Arizona. They get the goal, cut the lead to 1, but Minot State, they get another goal there on the power play. 2 power play goals for them here tonight. That's been the difference. They're up by 2 power play goals, as they get a goal on the power play. Number 16, that's Dylan Johnson, gets the goal for Minot State in that second period. Number 20, Raymond Rowe, gets the goal for Arizona on that great shot. Yeah, that great shot on that 5-minute major power play. So we saw a pair of power play goals, and we'll see what happens now. We got a 5-on-5 to start this period, but I wouldn't expect it to stay 5-on-5 with how the tempers. Yeah, with the tempers being that they are. But again, the teams had a chance to talk things over, maybe settle things down a little bit. Let's see how they play.
Arizona State wins the opening draw. Now they control in the form of Zelmer. Zelmer looks for a cross-ice pass, and eventually, with the help of a few teammates, it connects. Now lugging it forward is Dickinson. Their wrist shot from the point from Zelmer. That one doesn't get all the way through. And now it's taken by Minot State. A little fake shot and then little backhand on net. Seemed to catch Churro off guard, but he staved it away. Now looking to gain a pressure there was the University of Arizona, but nothing going. Now Minot State controls again. Yano looked to take off with it, but just played it a bit too far in front of him. Arizona State with a pass try off the boards. That doesn't connect, and now Minot State with possession once more. Played out in front, looking for Brooks, with that off the mark. And now battled for along the near wall and eventually squirts out and played cross ice by Arizona. They'll send it in around the boards where it is settled by Kurtz. Now bringing it down ice is Minot State. Bringing it across the blue line, looking for a shot, and there it is. That one gets blocked out in front. And now Arizona goes after it, but Minot State, the first to it, they send it back around the boards and going after it. And now controlling along the far wall. Arizona battling though, and now they work out into the slot. Now Arizona forces them to retreat all the way back to their neutral end. Lipinski plays it cross ice, and now lugging it back into the zone is Minot State. Minot State battling, 2 Minot State players, 1 Wildcat battling in the near corner. A second Wildcat gets involved, and eventually it comes all the way out to the point. Controlled there by Bolifer. Now twisted right out in front, but no one's there but a Wildcat player. He sends it right back to the corner. Bolifer with a one-time shot and a hard block.
Excellent job.
That hurt.
Excellent job from Larson. Yeah, it's going to take a stink, but he'll get a bunch of praise from his teammates out on the bench.
Going in around behind the boards and retrieving it is Armstrong. Armstrong turns it right over to Minot State. Now chasing after it and battling for it in the near corner. We have 3 Wildcats and 2 Minot State players.
And a penalty.
And a penalty is going to come out of it. See who it's on.
It's a cross check. I think it's on Minot, I believe.
It's a big opportunity here, very similar to the start of the second period. Arizona can get a goal here. We've got a 1-goal contest, and it's anyone's game.
Yeah, it's Adam Walrick that goes to the box. It's going to be 2 minutes for cross-checking, so that scrum down low. And that's always the hardest thing to try and control yourself. You're battling, you're digging in the corners. It's kind of no rules down there until someone puts a stick in your back and you're going headfirst into the boards. Then it gets a little too out of hand, and that's unfortunately what happened down there in the corner. So another power play for Arizona. They've got their lone goal is on the power play, and they need another one here.
It's good to note Josh Larson's back on the ice after coming off limping after blocking that shot. Cleared out by Minot State. Going after and retrieving is Cusinelli. Cusinelli lugs it through neutral ice. He goes to leave it off for Plumhoff. That pass off the mark, and it's now taken up in the neutral zone by Rowe. It's dumped around the boards by Meyer. Now somewhat of a dangerous pass there by Kurtz, and it squirts up into the bench. And maybe it was offside.
And it's offside. Just couldn't hold on to it. Rowe trying to keep it onside, but ends up crossing across the entire blue line.
Minot State winning the faceoff. Cranked around the boards. Still in their defensive end, and they can't get it out. And still battling to get it out, and they finally get it out as far as neutral ice, and Rowe will go retrieve in his own defensive end. Rowe still with possession. Minot State player right on his heels. And he manages to retain possession in his defensive end. Still lugging it through neutral ice. Almost gets pulled down from behind. And now Arizona gains possession and manages to dump it around the boards. Kurtz loses his edge, and now that puck is loose around behind. Almost a scary moment there if you're Minot State. Now they have possession and coming flying down the boards and right into the slot.
And guess who it is?
And I believe forced a penalty as well, yes.
Yep.
Yano, with just a fantastic singular effort, managed to draw a penalty.
Yeah, Austin Yano once again causing problems for the Wildcat defense. Draws that slashing call. It's going to be on number 15 for the Wildcats, Cusinelli. And again, that's just using the speed to your advantage. He tries to cut through both defenders, takes a couple of hacks for his efforts, and referee's right there is going to call it. And now it's 4-on-4, so that power play gets negated.
And we'll have a brief power play for Minot State as well. Another 30 seconds of 4-on-4 as Minot State controls at neutral territory. Minot State from their own defensive end now looking to get an attack going. Johnson looked to play it forward, but it's taken now by Arizona. Now controlled by Plumhoff, but he turns it right back over. Bringing it into the zone is Johnson. Johnson with a backhand, but it's covered up by Churro.
Good job again by Churro. No rebounds. That's the key. He does that again, able to settle things down. The team gets a full 5-man change for Arizona. Minot's going to do the same.
Arizona's got 10 more seconds of 4-on-4, and then for 1:23, Minot State will have a power play.
And it's a big one too. A power play goal for Minot State. That might be enough to get them over the line at the end if they can capitalize on this man advantage.
Face-off won by Arizona. Control now from their own defensive end. 1 second remaining, and now it's a power play for Minot State. Arizona still with possession. They'll look to kill off as much of this as they can right here. Now Lipinski playing it forward, and Minot State has possession. Now skating around behind his net. Now Yano up at the point. Playing down low. Pass goes back to Yano at the point. He feints a slap shot, and he passes back down low to the near side. Controlled along the near wall.
And there's another one.
Stick gets chopped out of the hands there of Lipinski, and that'll be a delayed penalty. And there it is. 43 seconds of 5-on-3. A little bit of chatter there. Yano got caught up in it with an Arizona player after the whistle. I believe that was Zelmer that was chatting with him.
Yeah, Yano's number 20 Rowe for Arizona. Going to come to the box, and it's a 5-on-3. This could be the game changer, Quinn. This could be a 5-on-3 for a dangerous power play unit like Minot. This could be the backbreaker here.
I mean, they got 43 seconds of 5-on-3, and then they'll get another 5-on-4 right after that. Even if they don't score on it, that's a lot of time off the clock for a comeback effort from Arizona.
Not out of the realm of possibility, though. It can still be done.
Minot State with possession, bringing it into the zone. Cranked around the boards. And now battled for in the near corner. O'Connor with possession, walking down low. He sets up Sheshuk. Sheshuk goes back to O'Connor. O'Connor goes cross ice there for Bolifer. Bolifer takes a slap shot, but he fans on it. O'Connor sends it back over for Bolifer. Bolifer looking for Sheshuk. That's off the mark, and Arizona will clear it back out. Kurtz comes well out of his cage to play it.
Excellent.
And he settles for Bolifer.
Yeah, excellent job again. Zelmer doing the right thing in the defensive zone. Cuts off the passing lane, gets a big clear for Arizona.
Sets it up now. It's 5-on-4. Arizona gets a man out the box. Now going in hard after it is Lyndon Lipinski. With possession now is Minot State. Gets sent up to the point. Bolifer with possession now. He goes back for O'Connor. O'Connor plays it down low, sent right out in the front of the net mouth, and it squirts its way in.
Well, there was a point in the second period where it looked like that Churro was kind of cheating over to that side, trying to get that backdoor pass that he's been burned on a couple of times. So it ends up costing him there. He cheats over to the far post, goes off of his pads and in. No one touched it in front. Just a blind puck thrown to the net. And I believe that's
Sam Briscoe.
Yeah,
I think
Sam
got it.
Briscoe gets the goal. So that's going to be his second of the game, and it's a 4-1 hockey game, and they're still on the power play. Or no, excuse me, now it's back to 5-on-5. The clock just still up on the board.
Arizona now with possession. Lugging it forwards now is Larson. Larson with a shot. That one doesn't get all the way through. And now Minot State regains possession. Moore going in hard after it for Minot State. Almost forces a turnover, but Arizona holds possession. Now Arizona plays out as far as neutral ice, but Minot State forces a quick turnover. Now in the offensive end, Minot State gains possession. Scrummed for briefly, and Arizona dumps it back out to Minot State's defensive end, and then Minot State will control, look to play it far off the boards. Now it's dumped in, and going after it is Kyle Lipinski. Now controlled around behind and sent up to the point for Yano. Yano feints a slap shot. Now he walks across the blue line with it and sends it down low for Fournier. Now controlled still down low by Blake Fournier. Craig Fournier on it now. Sends back up to the point for Yano. Yano's shot is swallowed up and covered by Churro.
Both teams kind of starting to run out of gas a little bit. The tempo has slowed down just a hair here in this third period. This is about the time when the legs start to get a little heavy, especially on Minot's case, first game back after having to travel all the way here to Columbus.
Arizona now wins the draw. They get it out as far as center ice, but it's sent right back down, and Arizona controls it once more. Arizona sends it back out to neutral ice, where it is controlled there by Bolifer. He cranks it back around the boards, where it's now taken by Arizona in their own defensive end. Arizona now taking it out in the form of Stolhoff. Now sent back around the boards, where it's controlled there by Kurtz. Now loose in front.
Ooh.
Arizona almost got a shot away there. A good defensive effort from Minot State. And now Bolifer bringing it into the zone himself. And a strong hit along the boards. Bolifer sends his man to the ground, and a shot from the point. That was Foreman with the bomb. Gets patted away by Churro. Now around behind with possession is Arizona. That pass around the boards gets blocked off, but eventually Arizona gains possession back, and they get it out as far as neutral, where Minot State will regain possession. O'Connor now sends it all the way up to his team's blue line. And now a wrist shot, that one just wide. Now awaiting it is Yano. Yano plays it for O'Connor, and O'Connor sends it back around the boards. Arizona, the first team to it. That one gets dumped all the way back out and settled by Kurtz for O'Connor. And O'Connor will look to get the Minot State attack going again. O'Connor drifting up through neutral ice and into the offensive end. He plays it around the boards. Minot State takes an Arizona player to the ground. And now Arizona will gain possession in the form of Meyer. Meyer flips it in. Now it's flipped back around the boards by Kurtz. Now Yano goes after it. A battle for the puck along the far wall. Minot State manages to push that as far as neutral ice, and now a 2-on-1 opportunity for Minot State. And a wrist shot, gloved away by Churro. Now maybe a counterattack opportunity here for Arizona. Looking for something, a little flip effort on goal, but didn't test Kurtz. Now battled for in the far corner. 2-on-2, both teams scrumming for it, and the refs are going to freeze it.
Yeah, puck's just loose in there. Referees, especially with how things have gone in those scrums, just going to take a take a quick whistle, get a reset on the faceoff, and we'll do a media timeout.
All right, the score is 4-1 in favor of Minot State, 9:51 remaining in the third period, and we'll be back after this media timeout. And we're back here at the Ice House Arena here in Columbus, Ohio for the 2018 ACHA National Tournament. The game right now is between Minot State and the Arizona Wildcats. Minot State is currently up 4-1, and there's 9:51 remaining in the third period. If Arizona's going to make a final push, you think it's got to start now?
It has to start now. This is the final chance for Arizona and head coach Chad Berman to try and get one last message in, get to these guys and say, hey, you got an offensive draw here with 9:51 to go. It's a 3-goal game. We score on this shift with whatever they drew up out of this media timeout. It's a brand new hockey game.
Face-off is won by Arizona. Sent around the boards right out in front, and that almost became the goal we were talking about.
Yep, design play right off the face-off. Bringing it around the boards to that feed in the slot. Just missed the stick. Good defensive play by Minot.
Now Yano with possession. He's had a fantastic game so far. He flips it into the zone. Going in hard after it is Killian. Now battled for along the near wall and gets out as far as neutral ice and a delayed offside, so Arizona will gain possession. Now sent cross ice and flipped back into the zone by Arizona on net, and it will be covered by Kurtz.
Good job to send that in on net, get that offensive draw. You don't allow Minot to come break it out and send it back the other way, where you have to reset, especially with that speed that Minot's had over the course of the game. You earn that draw, you get a fresh set of players out there and try again.
See if they go back to that same design play.
Good win by Minot.
Face-off won by Minot. Now Minot still with possession in their own defensive end. Looking to break it out with possession now. A quick shot goes up over the head of Churro. And now sent over to Bolfer. Bolfer with a shot that gets snared by the glove hand of Churro, and we'll have a face-off.
Yeah, I'm getting to the point now where the time starts to flip from, okay, we gotta push the envelope, we gotta put a couple more goals to just be comfortable ahead. Now that comes to, all right, we have a 3-goal lead. What can we do to try to melt as much of this clock as we can? Best way to do it, spend it in your offensive zone. Keep it as far away from your goal as you possibly can.
Arizona winning that face-off with a long flip out to neutral ice that connects. Now Arizona with possession in their offensive end. Player lost a glove in the corner, caused a bit of havoc there for a split second, but now Minot State with possession. Lyndon Lipinski with a shot, and Churro will cover that up, and we'll have another draw.
Yep, Churro's been doing that all night. All those shots that come from a wide angle or from outside the circles, he's been eating them up, not allowing any rebounds. Everything's just reset.
Yano back on the ice now from Minot State. Minot wins the draw, hold possession, walking right out in front and looking to get a shot, and Churro will cover it again.
Yep, another good job. They're able to deny that opportunity. Minot, they like to come out in front. They'll ring it around the boards as many times as they can, or come around behind the net, and then all of a sudden they'll come out the short side, try to stuff it as the goalie cheats by. They've caught Churro once doing that.
Should have probably caught him a second time as well.
Yeah, so don't be surprised if they try to catch him off guard again.
Yano feints a slap shot. Gets sent around the boards. And we're going to have a whistle.
Yeah, it's a penalty coming up. It's going to be a high stick again. Another high sticking call.
This will be on Arizona.
Yep. Number 16, that's going to be Tyler Griffith. I'll head to the box.
Now with 8 minutes left, the next 2 minutes, barring a goal, will be spent with a Minot State power play.
Yeah, and that's been the difference in this one. 3 power play goals for Minot.
Face-off is won by Arizona, and they send it right down.
Excellent
where
job.
Kurtz will settle. Bola for now takes possession. Sends it up the wing. Looking forward and flipping it in deep, looking for a dump and chase attempt here is Minot State. Sent back around behind where it is taken by Arizona State, or University of Arizona, and they'll clear it back down where Kurtz will settle. Kurtz leaves for O'Connor. O'Connor sets it up for Bolifer. Bolifer sends it up the wing, and a player runs into the ref, and that allows the University of Arizona to send it back down around where Kurtz will settle once again. Kurtz flips ones out of danger for O'Connor. Now O'Connor leaves it for Bolifer. Bolifer sends it into the zone. Going after it now is Lipinski. Now chipped along and taken by Minot State. A chance there for Bolifer to take a shot. He decides to pass it on. Bolifer with possession, and he goes over to Lipinski. Kyle Lipinski, that is. Set up right out in front, and that shot goes wide of the net. Minot State going for a partial change now. And it gets flipped around and is taken by Briscoe. Briscoe goes up to Yano at the point. That puck gets put right out in front, and a chance there for Lyndon Lipinski. Doesn't quite go. Now controlled back at the point. Sent down for Yano for a slap shot, and that one gets patted away by Churro. Rebound opportunity for Lipinski. Doesn't go. Yano with possession once more. He sends it down low along the near wall. Yano now goes cross ice. It's sent back down low for a shot on and a gorgeous setup for Lyndon Lipinski. Shelves it right into the top right corner. And it's 5-1 with 6:08 to play in this game.
That might be the nail in the coffin. A excellent power play by Minot State. Just moving the puck around, waiting patiently for an opportunity, not forcing the issue. They have the luxury to kind of just play it around. If the shot wasn't there, just move it around. They do that, and they find Lyndon Lipinski right in the slot. Perfect pass right on the tape, and an excellent shot. Goes upstairs, and that's going to be the night for Churro. Number 33, Austin Wilson, will see out the rest of the way here for Arizona, as Minot State looks like they're well on their way to the quarterfinals.
Face-off gets caught up in the skate of the refs, but Minot State will eventually come away with possession. Moore with a shot, looking to get a quick shot on a cold goalie. O'Connor now with a shot. And that one goes wide. Moore puts it right out in front. Now O'Connor with it once again. And the play is stopped, as I believe the puck flipped up into the bench and out of play.
Yeah, all bets are off now for Minot. You have a new tender in there, just coming in with about 6 minutes or so left in this thing. All bets are off. Just throw the puck at the net, test the goalie, and see what you're going to get. Because when you're facing Churro, you know he's going to make the first save. He's going to be able to make that save. You're going to get the rebounds and just get those different kind of scoring opportunities. With Wilson, you'll have to see what you get, but you got to test him early and often to figure out what you got to do.
O'Connor sends it around the boards now for Blake Fournier. Now Arizona flips it out. It's settled by Kurtz, and O'Connor takes possession. O'Connor settles and leaves it for Foreman. Now sent up the boards and a cross-ice pass. Connects with Blake Fournier. He was looking, or sorry, Craig Fournier. He was looking, and now Blake Fournier with a backhand opportunity. And now we have a stoppage as
net comes off.
The net came off its moorings.
Yeah. Oh, bad turnover from Arizona there. Almost led to a chance.
It's about the third one we've seen right out in front of their netminder. They haven't been struck by, they haven't gotten scored on one yet, but you keep doing that, it's just a matter of time.
Yeah. That's been the interesting thing. The 4 power play goals has been the difference in this contest. We talked about it beforehand. It was going to be the mistakes that you couldn't give any mistakes to Minot, or they'll make you pay. They haven't had to pay for any of those mistakes. The only mistakes that they've had to pay for have been the penalties. That's just been the big thing in this contest.
Yano now gains possession off the faceoff and sends it around the boards. Now it's taken by Arizona. Wildcats get it out as far as center ice, but now Yano gains possession once more. Minot State fakes a slap shot. Now kind of a jumping hit there from Arizona. It gets kicked out as far as center, and that will be offsides.
So coming up on under 5 minutes to go here as, again, teams have words for each other.
Be interesting with this game being in a 4-goal margin if this thing starts to get out of hand, what the refs do to keep control.
You got to be smart if you're Minot State. You got to play again on Sunday. You get a day off tomorrow, and then you're back at it again on Sunday against the winner of Michigan Dearborn and Colorado. They play tomorrow. But you don't want to take any stupid penalties that lead to the suspensions, that lead to DQs, and have some of your key players gone for the next round.
Arizona nearly turns it over in their own defensive end again. They managed to work it out to neutral ice. Now they control and send it in around the boards. There it's taken by Yano with a nifty little spin move. Can't quite get it out of the zone though. And now it's taken by Bolifer. Now the University of Arizona controlling from their own defensive end, looking to work their way forwards. There it's now taken once again by Bolifer. Bolifer plays off the boards, looking for Wowrick. Now Minot State just kind of circling around, and eventually they dump it in where it is settled by Wilson. Now scrummed for behind the net. Minot State will come away with possession, and that pass attempt gets intercepted by Arizona. Now they continue to battle for it along the boards. Eventually Arizona comes away with possession. They look to play it forwards, but that pass goes off the mark. And now it gets dumped back in by Minot State. Moore after it now. As Moore flips it out in front of the net, but no one's there but the Wildcats, and they'll play it out as far as neutral ice. A little stop move there. Now it's played cross ice, and a wrist shot saved by Kurtz. And now off come the Minot State Beavers once more. And that shot goes right off the post, hard enough to knock the net off its moorings.
I think Wilson helped that one out just a little bit there. But, yeah, it's hard shot, rings off the pipe there, and we'll reset as they'll refix the netting there with 3:08 left to go. And we'll just have an offensive draw here for Minot State.
Face-off is won by Minot. Now stepping up and feinting a shot there was Kyle Lipinski. Now it gets sent back around the boards. It's taken by Fournier, and it goes back into the point for Lipinski, who takes a shot, and that one's covered up by Wilson, and some punches and extracurriculars after the whistle once more.
This face-off's going to come outside the zone as well for that. Oh, no, it's going to be a penalty. A slashing call.
If you're Killian, that's just, you can't take that penalty at this point in this game.
Yeah, don't want to open any doors for your opponent when you're trying to salt away the rest of this clock. Don't want to give those opportunities that you can possibly kind of get in there and make a late comeback here. But for Arizona, the door's open. Say, 3-goal lead with 3 to, if you score here quickly off the draw.
Now the puck is controlled by Minot State. Arizona takes it here. Looking, they have to score on this power play.
They have to score quickly on this power play too. Not a whole lot of time left.
Sent around the boards. Arizona going in after it. Now it's dumped out by Minot. Skating in and going after the puck is Arizona's lone goal scorer tonight in Raymond Rowe. Sent cross ice and twisted onwards there by Max Meyer. And Minot dumps it back out, and going in after it is Griffith. Griffith lugging it through his defensive end and now into neutral ice. Now played across, and Zelmer with possession. Zelmer gets bodied into the boards, and Minot takes possession, and they go to crank it out of the zone. That doesn't work. Now battled for in the far corner. Sent back out to the point. Slap shot gets swallowed up.
Good save from Kurtz. That's the scene. A lot of traffic in front. How he found that puck out, I don't know.
Might have just been positioning at that point.
Yeah. Sound positioning, that's a great, that's priority number 1 as a goaltender. Solid positioning and then lateral movement. Those are your top two traits as a goaltender.
Face-off won by Minot State. They'll go ahead and clear the zone. It'll go all the way back down, where Arizona will recover with 1:30 to go in this game. 33 to go on their power play. That pass goes off the mark. It was settled there briefly by Larson. Now University of Arizona will retreat and look to restart this attack. Arizona spending a lot of time in their defensive end right now. 1 minute to go in the game. They crank in a long bomb, and Kurtz will cover. 6 seconds to go on the power play. 1:01 left in this game. Yeah. The score is 5-1 Minot.
Yep, so Minot State will move on to the quarterfinals. They'll play again on Sunday, 8:30 Eastern time here at the Ice House. They'll take on the winner of Michigan Dearborn and Colorado. That game's tomorrow. A big slate of games tomorrow too, Quinn. We have a slate of 4 games here at the Columbus, the Ohio Health Ice Houses, I should say. Robert Morris and Iowa State kicking it off at 10 a.m. Illinois Jamestown at 1:30. Central Oklahoma, your defending champs, against Liberty at 5, and then of course that Michigan Dearborn Colorado game at 8:30.
Should be a great set of games.
That other half of the round of 16 bracket. Oh, almost a breakaway there for Minot State.
Now Minot State regains possession, and they'll just send it around the boards. A little bit of extra pushing and shoving after that dump in. 40 seconds remain. Arizona holding it behind their own net. They'll send it up to neutral ice. They'll dump it back in as well. Both teams just kind of settling in and accepting that this is the final score. Minot
doesn't mean you
passing
can't,
around.
It doesn't mean you can't take a couple of shots at your opponent before it's over.
It looks like we're going to have a call because of it as well.
Yep. Looks like just a whistle. No penalties will go up on the board.
We got 19.6 remaining here. Minot wins the draw. Contested for along the near wall, gets flipped up and out. 10 seconds to go. Minot came in looking for a breakaway, probably trying to get one more. A quick shot on Wilson. He gloves that one down, pokes it away, and with 3 seconds left, and that'll be it for this one. The final score is Minot State 5 and the University of Arizona 1.
Solid win for the Beavers. They come in. They're the #1 overall seed. They're looking to impress in this first game. Had a couple hiccups along the way. Credit Arizona. They gave them all they could handle in that second period. Cut that lead to 2-1. It looked like it was going to come down the wire, but they did what any national championship caliber team is going to do. They came out in the third, closed it out, put 2 more up on the board, and just a great job by Minot State. They'll move on to the quarterfinals. They'll be 3 more wins away from taking that Murdoch Cup home. For Arizona, a great season for them. They get through the first round matchup against Missouri State last night to get into this round of 16. They gave this Minot State team all they could handle for about 45 minutes or so until it was just too much, and just the penalties ended up being their downfall, as they'll have to make the trip back down to Tucson and reflect on this season, which a positive season for Arizona, another national championship appearance for them, and I'd say nothing to hang their heads about. They played a fantastic game tonight, especially Churro doing a great job in net for Arizona. Just didn't break his way, didn't break the Wildcats' way, and Minot State moves on.
And so that will be all for us here from the Ohio Health Ice House here in Columbus, Ohio. These are the ACHA 2018 National Championships, and we'll see you next time right here on the ACHA YouTube page.